Hello, lovelies. My name is Jen, and welcome to Genuine Reactions. Today, we are hopping into the second episode of Sentenced to be a Hero. So, the title for this, hopefully, no, oh man, no, I can't pronounce it. No, they didn't even like say the word last time of the forest so that I could like edit it and like, say the name at the end and then just kind of like put it at the beginning. Not that I would do that, but I would at least pronounce it correctly at some point. Be like, oh, it was this forest, and I'd be able to say it. But I'm pretty sure they didn't say that. But they could have said it, but I was soaking in information because the first episode had a lot of information. I got I thought of theories and they were proven correct in the same episode. So that was nice. Um I the hopes for this episode and or the next one because, sometimes story takes a little bit longer. But I'm hoping he gets to explain himself, that they believe him, and that there's some growth between him and his new goddess, like a connection, and that specifically she believes him. The holy knights seem to be very easily manipulated by their leaders and view everything they say as truth blindly. That is the way it seems. So I don't know if, because it's the whole like, oh, I'll die, with honor, even though they, how fast those fairies were killing people. I don't even know if they killed any at all. And in the grand scheme of things, if 30 knights kill 3 of those creatures, but then they're all killed because that's all they could kill. Like, what was the point? Those 3 creatures would do almost no damage compared to the like 50 that were attacking. So like if you have a higher chance of survival and a higher chance to succeed overall, I don't know why you wouldn't be willing to retreat, especially if it seems to be an order of sorts, like, but it could have been a multi-level order, right? Like the orders are obviously not what they seem, right? So how the our main guy received orders to go to this place and do this job, but then later the orders weren't there, right? So the orders seem to be in existence when it's beneficial for the leaders and non-existent whenever it's not beneficial for the leaders. So them going out there, so there could be, like I said, multi-level orders. So to the public, this could be the order, but to the actual captains, it's actually this other order. Like we're sending them out there, but oh, we're gonna call them back to retreat. Saying it to the public eye to keep favor with them, but like tell the commanders and captains that are out there, actually keep trying. You got this. Die with honor. Like, so that way it feels and seems like there is benevolence with them and keeps them with a positive look to everybody. Because if your troop, right, if your troop knew that they basically sacrificed people in the past, would they want to sit there and fight until they died with honor? No. But because they fully trust their leaders to sacrifice when needed and not and save, like, to them they've never sacrificed anybody. People have just disobeyed orders. So if they obey orders, they're going to live, but that's not how this works. Seems like they're just playing chess and sacrificing their pawns at the most convenient time for them, but their pawns don't even realize that they're pawns. You know, they think that they're a piece that is more valuable, but they're not. They're just pawns. Anyways, so back to the title of episode 2 that I started talking about like 3 minutes ago, saying that I didn't know how to pronounce it. All right, let's try. Episode 2, Sentence, Spearhead the Recapture of the Zewan Gan Tunnels. Yeah? Zewan Gan? We'll see if that's how it's pronounced. Okay. But yeah, so my hope for this episode is that my ultimate hope, the highest, the best thing would be that commander woman and the new goddess both believe, he gets to tell his story and they both believe it. Ultimate high goals. Next level down goals is like at least the goddess will, because I feel like she would believe him before the other the captain lady. I'm excited. I'm a little nervous. Oh, the way they did him is so dirty and it's annoying, and I want him to be trusted by people. Anyways. Okay, here we go.
I will find you. Both for me and my knights you doomed. I'll find you, the one who was responsible for Sinerva's fate.
Do y'all remember at the end of the last episode that I watched that I was trying to find that line? I don't know if my editor edited out all of it, but that line he just said about, for him, his people, the ones that were responsible for his old goddess's fate. I literally tried to find that line for at least like 3 minutes. Pretty sure my editor cut most, if not all of that out at the end of the last episode. Or they will have cut it out. I tried to find that line so bad. It was to prove that he cares about that he did care about the goddess. You know, that he cared about him, his men, and his goddess, you know. So he was a very caring person. I feel like he still is at his core, but that it is being clouded by his need for vengeance against these people that did this to him. So, and he was already strong, like his will was very strong. Like he couldn't have gotten to where he was without that, but his will is currently aligned in another direction. With how angry he is about what happened, which I get completely. But I feel like working with the goddess and hopefully the path that he is now on because of the goddess, hopefully it opens him back up to feeling more emotions than just he wants to kill things.
A man called Venetim came calling, and he requested that I awaken you. My work is done. You may praise me now.
Hold on. I didn't get to see her response to whenever that lady said that. So apparently she doesn't care. Or he did get to explain and she believed him. I want to know which one.
I know you received the hero penalty, reserved for the most heinous of crimes. There's more. They enlightened me on your past, too.
So why are
You are my knight! I know you must have had a good reason!
Aww.
My reason is irrelevant. I murdered a goddess. That's the cold, hard truth. 2 events can end a pact. Either the goddess's death or termination by mutual consent. So simply...
I refuse.
You what?
I chose you. I shall not sever our sacred bond.
I love it.
Son of a bitch.
Take heed, my knight! We must away! You are clearly in need of my divine strength!
What's happening?
What's this disturbance?
Katsuya and his majesty.
Pray tell, who might they be?
Well, they're heroes. Just like me.
But what? Oh, I love the way that this is drawn so much. Look, see how the water is still? Like the trees and the rocks and the bridge and the water, like everything is still. The snow that's on the ground is still. The snow on the trees is still. But then they have like the snow on the top, and then they have like people they're walking and stuff. I don't know why I love that. It just somehow the background being still adds more to it. To, maybe it's because it adds more to the movement of the people. I don't know. I love stories, you know, and I love the backstory of people, and I love just learning about all of that and seeing developments between characters and stuff like that. So I think I love it because it's just one extra just little way to bring the attention to the characters. You know, I don't know. I love it. Is that the purpose of that type of art style? I don't know enough about the different art styles and if there even is purpose to it or if it's just like a unique style just because why not? But like that's I think that might be the vibe. I think I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like this. So I think I don't know. It makes me want to do research on the different artistic like styles of animated works to see what types of purposes they have for doing things. This anime is making me want to look into that kind of stuff. Like, is there a purpose to it? Like, is it okay? All right, I'm gonna stop. I'm probably not gonna stop, y'all. I'm probably gonna talk about it more. It's fine.
You are hereby ordered to clear out the Zewan Gan Tunnels.
Zewan Gan.
In the 20 years since it first arrived, humanity has lost more than half of all habitable land. Whatever the cost, we must not allow it to progress any further.
More than half? Did I miss how long ago that was? I probably got caught up in something that they said, like me saying the name that I already forgot. Wangan. I don't know. Anyways, so I probably got distracted and didn't hear them say how long ago the first one appeared. But they lost 50% of their inhabitable land in that amount of time.
You'll depart at once.
Then I will leave you to it.
Hold on, that's the same captain that I was just talking about, right? That I want her to believe the guy. Also, I love the books.
I have seen no sign of that roguish squire called Dota.
'Cause he's still laid up in the repair shop.
I'd wager that's because Xylo beat the tar out of him. Honestly, as my loyal subjects, you should be more careful with the kingdom's property.
Must have slipped my mind, but I'll try harder, Your Majesty.
With the kingdom's property, Your Majesty. Wait. I'm so confused. The king isn't there. Unless he's being sarcastic. He was probably being sarcastic, wasn't he? That makes a lot more sense. Okay.
Pardon, but why do you address your comrade as a royal?
It's just easier. Norgal is convinced he's the king of the Federated Kingdom, and it's no use trying to persuade him otherwise.
Huh?
He unleashed a large-scale attack against his so-called usurpers. That's why he was sentenced to be a hero. He was a terrorist. Tatsuya. I don't know what his crime was, but he's been serving in the hero unit longer than any of us.
He seems to be rather detached from this world.
Every time a hero is resurrected, they lose a part of their mind and their memory. The same could happen to the rest of us. Damn it all. This isn't justice. It's a sentence far worse than death.
Do their bodies, like, can their souls or bodies or whatever still only last a certain amount of time? Like a normal lifetime, they just get resurrected each time and they still age, right? And then like eventually they'll die of old age and they can't be resurrected? Or is it like even they'll be continued to be resurrected past their normal lifespan and continue to go through that process that, having to be resurrected, fight to your death, resurrected, fight to your death, that cycle, and always losing a piece of yourself. Is there a point where you lose literally all of you and you're literally like just a zombie that's fights when they are told to fight? Do you have any mental capacity at all? And yeah, like I want to know if they just have to serve their normal lifespan and just keep dying over and over again, or if they keep you alive for multiple lifespans or like infinitely. I remember the word infinite punishment or something like that in the previous episode, but that's rough. I don't even know if they understand that their situation sucks. Like that guy, like getting up into that point, you are fully aware that your situation really sucks and eventually you're going to be that, like that other person, right? Like that really has got to weigh on you mentally. But once you're at that point, do they even know? Are they just mindless bodies?
Hey there, question.
Are you one of those heroes?
I swear I'm only here to help. We came to get the tunnels under control. I'm hoping you have some digging tools we could borrow.
I don't get it. Why bother? We're doomed. It's too late for us. Why didn't you come sooner?
I guess it's too late for them because everyone's already left, Like, even if they do fight off the blight and they don't come here anymore, like, so many people have left that they can't sustain themselves there anymore. No one's buying their stuff. No one's, like, a community needs a certain amount of people to survive. So I wonder if that's why she said that it's too late for them, if they can push it back.
The tunnels are in that direction.
Thank you.
Does this mean Daddy will come home now? It's my birthday after all. And he promised me we'd celebrate together!
Where's her daddy?
Damn it. She has no business looking at me like that.
Oh. I bet you she didn't look at him like a hero. But like maybe the way we view heroes, but not the way that world views heroes, right? I wonder if that's what he saw in her eyes.
It seems Verkle Development Corporation and the military poured lots of money into it. So, it's pretty ironic that their precious tunnels wound up with a bad fairy infestation.
How curious.
Wait, wouldn't they just send people back there so they could continue to get their precious iron? So if they can fight off the fairy invasion properly, then they would send people back here to work the mines again, right? The tunnels?
Tell me more about these sacred seals.
If you believe the old men from the temple, they're a product of the wisdom bestowed on us by the gods. As I am now, There are only 2 my body can utilize. The rest are useless to me.
Tuning sacred seals is King Norgal's specialty. It may be hard to believe, but he's a savant. He can do things alone that a whole group would struggle with.
If you're curious, the sacred seal inscribed on an object is powered by the light of the glorious sun. And a person must use their life force and will to invoke the seal's might. They have various effects to wield, such as summoning lightning, rending the earth below, or unleashing brutal heat.
Okay. Oh, so this is their magic. I mean, okay, I obviously knew that they were doing magic, right? It was completely obvious. His weapons were doing way too hard stuff. He said he infuses it with light and what? I can't remember the other thing. Fire, light, lightning, not lightning. But he said, I'll look that up. I'll go back to the previous episode so I can try to remember, unless he like says it again or something like that. But it didn't click until right now that is how this world does magic for the people, like and their objects, their items, and everything like that. It's really neat. And obviously, like the idea that like runes type stuff would be a magical source is not new, but the way that you can use those, and you have to understand like how to invoke that power and stuff like that, and they view that as a gift from the the old gods or whatnot. Like that's it's a pretty interesting path to take, if that makes sense. Her dad's already dead. There could be a pocket of the miners like in some side room or something, like a resting area that they closed off. Like maybe they blew it up and they're just like kind of eating off of the rations that are in there or something. Maybe. Because usually it's if with the goddess, whenever she became weak, she was turned into a creature, but she was still alive. But I feel like the goddess's weakened state is weaker than a normal like human's state, because she couldn't move. They started turning into fairies. Maybe did they have to be injured or something, or does it just happen? Because obviously, if it just happens, then them being trapped in a room isn't going to do anything unless they kill them once the blight starts hitting, like he did the goddess, right? So there could be a couple of them still alive, right? Probably not going to happen.
Although it pains me to say it, as the acting commander here, I am obligated to remain in town.
Really? Is this some kind of joke?
And so, I beseech you, with due haste, proceed inside and begin your work.
I would be so mad.
I order you to dig faster.
We're going as fast as we can. Right, Tatsu?
Ho, ho, ho! You appear to be struggling with the task at hand. That being said, are you at last ready to call upon my power?
Hell no. This work is beneath you. I won't waste your stamina.
Unacceptable! I have yet to truly contribute to this mission.
Huh?
I love this dynamic because she just really, she wants to help at every single stage. She wants to just constantly always feed power into helping aid him. And he's like, look, you could die. I obviously do not want you to sacrifice yourself for digging a hole. Like, no. If you do end up sacrificing yourself, it's gonna need to be like to save the realm type thing. Like he's not okay just killing another goddess. He doesn't like goddesses, he doesn't like the knights, but he doesn't want them to just die or for him to have to kill them. Like he doesn't want that, but he doesn't like them because of, things that have happened in the past. Of course, I don't think he necessarily has anything against goddesses. Unless she really did go against her orders and helped whenever she wasn't supposed to.
How am I to earn your praise if I am not permitted to aid in your endeavor?
Just sit down and shut your mouth.
This show hasn't been wanting to talk. It's gonna be like has been, I guess. She's like, well, how will I gain your praise? How about he? So he doesn't have to sit there and deal with her being upset that she can't be praised. He could always say, okay, look, if you do what I tell you to do, you will receive praise. Right? Sometimes I need you to not use your power so that you stay alive. And that is worthy of praise, right? Give her head pats after each thing. Done. You know, like I bet you that would probably solve this issue he's having. Like sometimes I need you to use your powers as a goddess. Sometimes I need you to reserve those powers in case things get bad. And if we don't use them, then I am still proud of you for not using them. Even though you wanted to, I am proud of you for not using them for me because I needed you to not use them. You know? Like I feel like that conversation could probably go a long way, and all he has to do is give extra head pats.
Say, Xylo, what ails this man? Is it perhaps resurrection madness?
It's all him.
I see. I was informed that Dota Luzula stole the goddess. Why didn't you explain yourself then?
You never would have believed me. And besides, we didn't have time to chat.
Don't withhold intel in the future. When we're on a mission, you tell me everything.
Is she gonna change his mind about the knights and make him remember that he was, once a knight and he did a good, he was a good person type thing, and that it's possible that other knights could be good people and could listen, because he tried to explain himself and nobody would listen, right? That there could, but if someone tried to explain themselves to him, he probably would have listened back then. So I wonder if she's going to help change his mind. I wonder if she would have believed him. But I don't know. I like this little conversation that's happening.
I don't know what the military or temple folks are thinking, but on its face, it's a pointless mission. What's your true aim? Assuming it's not just to torture us for the sheer fun of it.
Is he about to be like, if you're gonna require me to give you full intel, then you need to give me full intel? What's she gonna say? Are they worried they're gonna kill the goddess again?
Are you planning to use Teorita for something? Answer.
Spare me your conspiracy theories. Your unit is to carry out your orders.
See? You don't share intel? I'm not gonna share intel.
Infuriating.
I agree.
Everything about this damn mission is fishy as hell.
He doesn't even listen to orders of other people. He literally is just a fighting machine.
You may now go ahead and begin all construction.
She's like, let me build it.
It is finally my time, yes! Allow me to contribute!
Settle down.
I mean, she could contribute by physically just doing things if she wants to.
I dare say some of my finest work.
What is that?
Truly magnificent! What is this lovely item?
A system that greets unwelcome visitors with remorseless slaughter. I have dubbed it the Zolin Vulkov. You know what it means? The Judge of Fools.
A rock entered its area and it did that. And it distinguished the rock as an enemy? What about people that aren't in it? What about people? Not fairies, but people.
My brave knight. Would you perchance entertain the notion of defeating the Demon Lord by ourselves?
Don't be stupid. I have no interest and it's against our orders.
Please reconsider my offer! You have a goddess with you!
Hell no. Join the Holy Knights if that's what you want.
A Again with this nonsense? You are my chosen knight. I exist to bestow blessings upon you.
If you want to bestow blessings upon him, then you have to do what he wants. And he is a hero and he has to follow orders. The only reason he probably didn't get in trouble previously, even though he kind of did get in a little bit of a trouble for doing stuff that wasn't part of his mission, but he wasn't killed. But I mean, goodness, that he's who you chose, so you have to be okay with what he decides. Although I also understand her wanting to do more, you know, because she probably senses his desire to do it. And she wants him to be able to do what he wants to do, type thing, probably. But he's not at liberty to do that yet. Maybe he will be at some point. He has no, like, Irish.
It's our turn.
Those poor souls.
Can you save them?
Me. Can they not return to the way they were? There are people in the city who are anxiously awaiting their safe return.
Once someone is transformed, there's no going back.
Are you sure? It was just a theory that a goddess could be controlled by the blight, right? Maybe this could be a theory that could be true. Maybe she could try.
All we can do is put an end to their suffering!
This is it! Charge them!
It's really sad. That little girl wants her dad there on her birthday.
The voice.
Is he a minor?
It won't stop. The voice, it,
Oh, no.
it calls.
Oh no, is he about to turn?
It would appear there are a few dozen workers who didn't make it out of the tunnel in time.
That sounds miserable.
Saving civilians isn't one of our mission objectives. We simply can't risk losing more holy knights to help them. Tell me something, purely out of curiosity. If we were to attempt a rescue of those civilians, how many of my knights do you think I would lose?
Captain Kivia, if I may be so bold, is it really necessary to ask the opinion of such a man? We are to use scorched earth seals to close off the tunnels. Remember? Those were Galtweel's orders.
I hate him. Sure, that was his orders, but that doesn't mean that we can't do something else beforehand. You shut your mouth. I don't like you.
You intend to abandon them, my loyal subjects?
The captain gets to decide what she does. It is her right to decide while she's out there. She commanded them to fight. She can command the heroes to go do the rescuing while they set up stuff. Done.
We've already set up the frontline base for you. The knights can carry out the mission as ordered. If we don't make it out in time, just bury us alive in there. Any fatalities will be limited to heroes.
Such courage! As expected of my champion. So may I presume the Holy Knights are in agreement? As soon as we succeed in our rescue, you may join them in lavishing praise upon us.
Terita stays here.
Huh?
Think about it. We can't let a goddess be buried alive.
Please, it is imperative that you reconsider. We must always remain with each other, my knight.
Forgive me, goddess.
Xylo, you have deceived me! I demand that you atone for this!
How can every last one of you be so damn self-serving? In all honesty, I don't give a damn about the civilians. Doesn't matter, because I'm mad as hell now. At the commanders who formed this garbage plan, and at the people eagerly awaiting my death. It's too late. I already dug my grave. Now it's time to march inside.
That's how we're ending this episode. But I wanted to know more. I was looking at the time a little bit and I was like, oh, it's getting a little close, you know, to the end. Oh no. Oh, I'm so hoping that we could reach the solution of this tunnel during this episode, but we aren't going to. I'm so upset. Oh man. Oh, it's not fair. It's not fair. It was a good episode. I I want to watch the next episode, y'all. It's pretty good. I see why the hubby wanted me to watch this. My reaction is at like 50 minutes, so I definitely have a feeling this is gonna be a lot like Has Been, where I have a lot of input that I have to pause and I have to say. I do not like, that guy that was in the robes that was like, oh, you were not ordered to save the civilians. You have to do this. Why are you even listening to this guy? That guy might even know that our main dude isn't guilty for what he was sentenced for, because he's from the temple, right? Like there's the temple and then there's the army. The Holy Knights are part of the army. They follow like the temple and the army's like commands, right? And their assignments. So that guy might even know that our man is like innocent. Like technically he did kill a goddess, but he might know about how like the orders were faked or like erased or whatever. Like he might know all of that. And he's sitting there saying, why are you listening to this guy? Like he's not worthy when he never lost his worthiness. It was stripped away from him, but it wasn't like earned, you know? It wasn't deserved. I feel like individuals within the Holy Knights, like she has a good head on her shoulders. She cares. And he keeps saying things along the lines of, I'm not doing this for the people. I could care less about them. I'm just mad. You know, but the reason he's mad is because of that kind, like the stuff that they're, you know, because he said, I'll go in there and I'll save them. And I dug my grave, so I'm going to walk into it. But he's saying, I'm mad about the people who don't care that I'm going to die. But he's the one that volunteered to die, like right then. Like he volunteered to die. And he's like, I'm mad about the people who don't care that I'm going to walk into my grave. Like, sure, he doesn't care, but he set it up that way. Like the people don't care, but he literally set it up that way. But then again, that could be his general state, being mad about people that don't care about him dying, because that's his purpose, is to fight until he dies, to be reborn, to be resurrected, and then fight until he dies so that other people can live. I wonder if they resurrect people that aren't heroes. Because if they resurrect people who aren't heroes, then they probably lose themselves as well. It's probably not just because they're heroes that they lose themselves. It's part of the resurrection process. So they might still resurrect people that are not heroes. It's just they don't want to have to do that because of the side effects. But heroes, they don't care about the side effects because they have earned that punishment of losing themselves and fighting as mindless zombies at some point. But yeah, he set that up. That line, basically. But anyways, so I think he still cares. Anyways, I am looking forward to the next episode. I'm not gonna watch it right now, but I want to. But yeah, I'll see y'all next time, I guess. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.